Sorry guys, the same two white trucks that got cut off when I recorded again right away. Same two white trucks that I saw there earlier. It's not the same two, same style. Now they're gonna start to psychologically warfare me with these trucks. I don't know what this move is called, and I'm gonna start seeing them everywhere now. Why? Because if you pay attention to something that they're trying to make you pay attention to, now this is something they're trying to make me pay attention to. They have it prepped. Because not many of us see this, something like this. Now I'll start to see this more often around my trail. Why? It's a way to keep you distracted in their world. It's a doubling up on a distraction. You get it? Because now that I mentioned this, now that I gave it attention, now when it passes by me on the street, even if it's not motivated by them, I will start looking at those things and they'll grab my attention quicker. So I stay distracted. You get it? That's how this works. Psychological warfare. And this destroys you because you keep your eye out on things that are irrelevant, things that are not good for you. Nevertheless, the reason why I mentioned them to you guys to see that I'm being surrounded by this. It's an attack on someone they do this to people that have super talent, that have certain genetic codes in them that are very unique. To keep them bothered with meaningless things in their surroundings and irritated so they don't get to their goal, they don't focus, they don't get things done. Now, if I'm talented enough to do both, that's okay. But it's tough. And even if I'm talented enough to do both, if I waste any kind of energy on this and I don't preserve it and use it on where I need it, then it's stupid. Nevertheless, I have to get you guys the footage. That's the reason why I'm getting into my surroundings today. If the phone wasn't on, I wasn't recording, believe me, I'm closing my eyes when I pass by them. To me, none of this shit exists. Okay, so, like I said, listen to all the talking. I'm gonna show you proof in video, a concentrated playlist after this, and you're gonna see how this perpetration is being implemented and the proof of it to have you imprisoned in it in the end. But we're smart enough to get out of it. Watch how many people are gonna be in here. It's gonna be super busy now. They're all gonna be talking and moving. How you doing? Watch. They're all gonna come in out as I'm coming in. There we go. Watch the charade. Watch. Watch the charade. I have to see this. Watch. Well, people are moving everywhere I look. Right, left. They're gonna start pacing. Any excuse. I see some of these people here that work here. I will never get to a place where you see everyone working. There's always at least half the desks empty. A conversation has to start around me. Everyone's moving. And the music has to play in the store always. They used to play it louder before, now they cut down on the noise. Look. And anywhere I go, even if it's not a long lineup or a professional place, I have to be sandwiched. The sandwich makes you feel tight. So even if it's a convenience store at 10 o'clock at night that I walk into, and one goes in before me and at least two behind me, so you don't feel comfortable to pick what you want, buy it, leave in peace. No, fake off. You have to, and moving, excuse to move. You have to feel that you're tense, you know. You have to feel that there's, things in front of you are annoying you. Things behind you are annoying you. See, if everywhere you look, things are moving. See, like this tall guy over there. As soon as I looked at him, he grabbed his hand and just put it in his mouth, started chewing his teeth. He wasn't doing it earlier. Now he has to keep on doing it. If I look at him now, he's got to move. He can't put down his arm and chew on his teeth again. So what he'll do is turn his head around. Look at those small things, guys. Not everybody in here is moving. But you got this big guy over there talking loud with a weird looking belly. It's this system designed to torture you while you're in there to get your things done. And the more important the things done are for you, that you need to do them that will benefit you more in your life, the busier it is, the more annoying it is for you to get out of there. Not to have anything that's good for you done. Not to go to your goal, not to accomplish things. Now, this guy that's over there chewing on his teeth, let me show you how psychological warfare works. How did I notice him quickly? I have a cousin that looks exactly like him. And I haven't seen him in a while. Exactly, he's just a little bit shorter. So he put him at the back in a place where I can't see how tall he is. And I noticed his face right away. Because he looks exactly like my cousin. I will show you the picture of my cousin. I have one of them. Look at this guy's face to prove to you how psychological warfare works. Look. The glasses, the shirt, everything, the way his haircut. I'm gonna put beside this video, try to inject into this video a picture of my cousin to show you how much he looks exactly like him. That's how psychological warfare works. Everyone's talking on the phone here. We don't want to be too loud and bother people. People are looking at books and moving the pages. Watch, it's gonna flip the page soon. Watch. Keep looking. I have to be looking at him for a long time for him to flip the page. They changed the style. Okay, good. It used to be right on first. But they've cut down the setting and the noise and everything. They've cut it down a lot. It's almost civilized. Not really, but closer to civilization than the other ones. So most of these people, what they do is they look at your face. When they see you irritated and annoyed, they cut down on the movement. When they see you in a good mood, they increase the movement. Guys, you're surrounded by people that are intentionally trying to make your life miserable. Trust me, I know this sounds weird. I'm gonna do my best to prove it to you. Now that the truth is out, they can't hide it. They're doing their best to cope with it. So they put in red. And I guarantee you, before I came in today, both of those billboards didn't exist. No, they could have been, but usually that's what they do to me. They put big billboards in my face. And you look at the signs, they're all psychological warfare to you. Because you came out of their system, you figured it out, they always threaten you. So I'm coming here to get my license. What's the biggest threat? You can threaten someone who drives. Be a donor. That means if you get into an accident and die, let us use your organs. Guys, I know this sounds schizophrenic, but that's how these people threaten you. And if you buy into their bullshit, you'll be destroyed. Because you will see these everywhere you go. You see how this one's walking all the way from there to there? Specifically, she wears high heels to make that noise. And she walks all the way back, and rapidly she walks back. So you can hear boom, 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 boom. Look at these little details. All these little details, and try to be schizophrenic enough to pay attention to them. It's okay. Play along with me. And I will prove to you that they're real from experiencing them in a lot of different places. Now, if this only happened here, it's fine. We'll say it's normal. I'm with you guys. But when this happens to you in a lot of places and repeatedly, then you'll pick it up as an instrument that they use to create noise for you. It's covertly done. When you listen to two people, see, she walked back now. Why? Why did she have a reason to walk all the way there and back? And why is it the one with high heels that makes noise? How come it wasn't another one that had to do that? Now, in this situation, it could be normal. But watch it being done in other places that I go to. That's how I'm going to prove it to you. That it's a tactic applied to create noise and movement. This is going to be very interesting. We're in for a long ride. They're going to get worse and worse. They're going to try to, get heavier and heavier on me. I'm in high spirits. Everything's perfect. I'm beating their ass, and I'm going to really wipe them out. So, not as people, people are innocent of any doing. It's the entity itself that's creating all this bad. People are making money off destroying their own society. People are making money off destroying people that could be influential in their society and help them move forward and make life better for everybody. That's what makes them ignorant. See, again, the one in red. And then that one ran and right away almost bumped into her, and this happens right in front of me. This is called theater. They have to create that for you. And she's got nice tits too. I'm a male, so I'm going to keep staring. It's because if I start thinking about sex right now, I'll forget about everything else. So it's attacking a male, making him weak enough to think with his small organ rather than the big one that really counts. That's another tactic. There's always sex in every setting that you get into, applied to you covertly, indirectly, in a very sneaky, destructive manner. Not to say that they did anything illegal, but I'm describing to you guys the setting, how it's designed to destroy you. It's not a natural setting. So, the more you pay attention to this, the more you get off your goal. You have to be strong enough to pay attention to it on the way to your goal and not let it derail you from the tracks that you're on. Don't let it derail you, because if it does, then they win. The more you pay attention to them, the more you lose. The less you pay attention to them, the more you win. This is all like subliminal work that you see in movies or anywhere else. If you get a strong image of... I showed you yesterday in one of my videos and I started laughing. I wasn't looking at the people on St. Clair and Yonge. They've had many attractive women there. I ignored and I kept looking on the ground. What did I encounter about 20 meters later? They had a picture drawn on the floor, a dick and a vagina both. They had it drawn on the floor with a pencil. You remember that? This proves to you that there's this entity around me trying to attack me with those images to keep me thinking about things that are not good for me in the moment that I'm thinking of. Not that they're bad things in general. I mean, we exist for that reason, but it's to make you think of things that are not good for you at that particular point in time. If you're in prison and you don't have the access, for example, a real prison with bars, you don't have access to women, you can't have sex. It's not good for you to look at naked ones' pictures all day long. This will destroy you. For example, this is what I'm describing to you guys here. So all these things that I've witnessed so far since the time I came in are specifically designed for you to encounter and experience. So by the time you come out, you're annoyed, you forgot about your goals, what you needed to get done. It's a dismantling session. And if this is on you everywhere you go, to every single place you go, never forget about big objects with bright colors, especially if they're noisy. Grabs your attention even more. The increased talking a little bit here and there, unnecessarily with that voice. The TV's on, the music is on. You take out all these elements, do you see how good you feel in here? How relaxed you'll be and how concentrated you'll be? These are dismantlement elements. They're not in themselves, they're not really bad things. The TV is not bad to watch TV. It's not bad to listen to music. But when you apply all these things to someone in a certain place where seeing attractive women is not a bad thing to a man. They're beautiful creatures. But I'm not coming in here to have sex. I'm coming in here to get my license done. I'm not coming in here to hear noise and be annoyed and have the radio on full blast and the TV spitting out psychological warfare, things that apply to me in my own life. You get it? They're distraction tools being implanted in the areas that you go into in order to dismantle you, not make you a functional human being, not make you get to your goal, not make you achieve what you came here to do. So you can come out thinking of sex and worried about being annoyed from the noise and wanting to go to a place just to relax. then you wouldn't have accomplished your goal here, what you came here to do. This is why the smartest thing to do is to ignore all this. Close your eyes, not listen to them, not look at them, not, but if you keep doing that, that's also destructive, because it puts you in a annoying zone. You get annoyed. That's not beneficial for someone to have his eyes closed and ears closed the whole time listening to music. So now, how could we give this one an excuse to talk? Look where she's standing, the one with the nice boobs. Look, what do I see when I look that way? Boob. Look at that.
Yes, yeah.
Look at the angle, how it's set up.
Yes.
That only affects me. That doesn't affect the one standing over there. You see how it's set up? And you see how he's trying to hide it? Look how it's set up. Look where I'm looking. As soon as I came here, laid my back on this, and I looked that way, what did I see? More than anything, moving and positioning itself perfectly in my view. You guys beginning to understand this? How it's strategically designed to... They don't do this to everybody. They usually do this to really intelligent, productive people that are very strong. And most people don't notice stuff like this because they're not aware of their surroundings. They're still in a daze. And believe me, I ain't making fun of them. I've been in this for 43 years. It took me 43 years to wake up. I'm more pathetic than you. But at least I'm up now and I can see through these things that are specifically designed in a place to... So I'm coming here to do something important today. I'm a male. If I keep seeing something attractive, an organ of a female that's going to make me look at her and think about her, what would that do to my real goal? It's distracting. Not only distracting, it's destructive, because it's activating your small head to think rather than the big one. But you got to be strong enough and forget about it and not let it get to you. And the smartest thing from the beginning is not to see it, not to even experience it. So this is why this setting is not what a normal person experiences when they come in here. First, the busyness, then the noise, the radio, the TV, the kind of women that are working here. Guys, every single place I walk into, there's got to be at least 3 porn stars in there, whether it's hospital, courthouse, everywhere. Give me a fucking break. That's how it is. And they want to distract you with those things and annoy you and put miserable creatures around you so you can look at disabilities, think of cancer and negativity and wheelchairs. And this is the setting. It's destructive. It's not a healthy environment for you to walk in. Now, a lot of you out there on my channel are going to comment, they're going to say, okay, well, this happens everywhere you go. It's not only there. This happens everywhere you go, every single place you walk into. Well, guys, if you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, then welcome to the fake world. You better wake up. So it's designed that way, guys, for people to stand and grab your attention, to move, for you to see a lot of movement around you. So it makes you dizzy. You can't concentrate. Right away, where will you be drawn? A lot of the annoying things around you, the noise and the movement, will weaken you and it will draw you more into that boobie. You see how it's being displayed nicely to me? It's strategically placed that way. Not for everybody. I can't complain, it is a nice boob, but you can't concentrate on those things. You get it? You see how this works? She's not standing talking to this one while I'm looking that way so I don't notice it. No, strategically there. Because if someone is standing here, where are they going to look? Everyone's turning this way. They're going to turn this way and they're going to look that way. What do they notice right away? Boob boob. And she's talking loud and moving for me to notice it. That's how it works, guys. Now, do not believe what I just told you. Do not take it into consideration. Just listen to me, and I'm going to show you a clip of videos in a small playlist showing you cuts, bits, and pieces of these things and what I see and what I experience. Not in every single place. Obviously, I couldn't have done that. That takes a lot for me to get that for you, but at least in quite a bit of them. Maybe 20, 30, 40, 50. This is the only way to prove this, that this is happening. There's an insertion of, this is, by the way, when they tell you in movies about the alien species taking over us. There's no such thing as aliens, guys. This is what they're doing. They're picking a certain kind of people in this world that think a certain way, recruiting them through Freemasonic lodges or whatever their organization is. Now they do them through different ways, covertly. Fake off. Because when you think straight, a fake off cuts the rhythm of thought. Your focus, you can't focus. See how it even stopped me from telling you what I was telling you before. It goes, anyways. I'm going to show you a lot of them in clips, and I'm going to list them up there, and I'll show you how I experienced this in a lot of places, in places that are not supposed to have these. I'm not going to a bar to have a drink. If I go to a bar and have a drink to see this, that's fine. But it's regardless. Even if I see it here, it's fine. It's the way it's angled. You got to look at it that way. It's the way it's positioned. You get it? Not to say that an attractive woman can't look that way and work in this place. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't misunderstand me. But you gotta understand, as soon as you walk into this place, there is an entity that's it's doing its best to dismantle you covertly without anybody realizing what's going on. This is why you can't go crazy when you film these videos and act stupid in front of everybody, because you will have real people around you that are paying attention, look like an idiot. In case. And the kind of songs they play for you there, for a situation that you've had in that particular day. I don't know, you broke up with your girlfriend for a reason and you're miserable. So you listen to Must Have Been Love. Listen to this by Roxette. Touch Me Now, Must Have Been Love, I Close My Eyes. Look how sexual that song is. Imagine me being stuck in that corner and listening to Roxette talking about Touch Me Now, looking at that boobie. Defocus, guys. You get it? I look to the right. I see, for example, a woman that's exactly my type. I look over there. I see a pretty face. I look over there. We're talking about a women element now. We're not talking about other elements. Okay? So when it comes to the woman, the sexual element, let's say we're talking about that. I look that way. I see an attractive butt. And I'm a butt man, for example. I look that way. I see an attractive face. I'm a face man. Whatever. The song plays, It Must Have Been Love, Touch Me Now, and all that stuff. But these are elements that are not coincidental. Now, if it's only this place today that this happened, I will be on your side and I'll say it's coincidence. But when this happens to you repeatedly in so many environments, you'll get it. That there's an entity using certain tactics to weaken people that are going to be influential or are good for society. It's trying to exclude them from society by doing that, because they're strong, they're impressive, they're talented, they radiate good energy, they're beneficial for society. They want to cut us out, exclude us completely. Look at that. This has to happen around me. And the playing with the hair, not only is it sensual to a man, it's also movement. You got to remember, you're being attacked with a lot of elements that are supposed to be invisible to the eye. And it's better to get the attractive women to pace than the non-attractive ones, because a man wants to look at attractive women, and that will give you that will entice a man to look at the pacing or the talking or the whatever. So you're supposed to get distracted in here, not think of your goal, not stick to your goal, not keep in your mind what you came in here to do, and do it at your best. Not get weakened by the noise, the constant fake coughing, the constant moving. Don't let that weaken you. Stick to what you're doing. Come in here and get it done like a tiger, and step on all of them and come out. That's the idea. You get it? But it's over now. You know, it's all these songs that will pretty much apply to you as a person. They're tactical warfare on you. Now, for a lot of people, they're going to go, wow, this is so schizophrenic, man. Just ignore that shit and get your shit done and leave. You're right. You're 100% right. I ain't arguing with you. But that's not the point here. We're not proving today in this video how the best thing to do for you is. Proving in this video that there's this behind-the-scenes entity that's destroying certain people that have the power to be influential in their society and to create a better life for everyone. There's an attack here on the human race. A covert way to attack the human race. The best of the human race, the most talented. I'm not talking about myself. This is not ego. This is common sense. Okay? There is an attack on it. And a lot of people that are working with it are the ones who don't have talent. They like it. They become a part of a group. It's not that they don't have talent. They're being swayed into that. They're being misinformed about you. They're being brainwashed too. They're being attacked too. They just don't see it. They're human beings just like us. Doesn't make us any better than them. But they're being brainwashed too into this, and they're being paid a lot of money. They're being given incentives. Incentives to make money, they know what they're doing is wrong and it's evil. And it's destroying them too and the life of their kids in the future. They're destroying their world for their kids by doing that. It's just a lot of them don't see it that way. You know, ignorance is bliss, but not all the time, guys. Sometimes ignorance is the worst. The reason why they stress on it in the media, use this phrase a lot, ignorance is bliss, is because they want you to think that ignorance is good. It ain't good. Ignorance starts wars and gets people killed. Ignorance will send your kids to hell by the time you die if this world keeps going this way. They will be super slaves, microchipped, living on a digital currency that they can delete for them. They can delete their bank account anytime, any day. 10,000 could become $10 in a second if it's digitized. Listen to the constant printing of the papers industries. No, I know it's a printing place. These things need to happen. But also those elements are being abused. So basically, if a paper to be printed out, you need to print out 2 pages, right? For that person to see his record here at the DMV. They will print out 3 and 4 pages unnecessarily to create more of that ching-ting sound for the printer sound. Do you understand how this works? Every single one of these people has a small option, a small work, kind of a piece of work to do. And by the time you leave, all those put together, it just drove you fucking crazy. It's a lot of work being done around you, whichever place you go to, a lot, without you realizing, to keep you miserable. And to stray you off your goal, of your fiery goal. This happens to a lot of people with fire. It's a huge battle happening here in the world with ice against fire, bad against good, if you want to see it that way. So they specifically pick people with the least fire possible in them. They're more cold. The specific kind of breed of people that's cold. This is why I say that they're like alien species, or, you know, they're cold people. See, I have to look at that. And then I turn here, I have to see a butt and a nice chest and a nice face, and then I see the boob again. As soon as I turn from this way to that way, it just happened to be that way. All those elements attacked me at once. But that's what this is about. That's how it functions. You gotta understand that. And movement, guys, constant movement. It's all about movement. And across the street, there's a guy in the elevator moving over there and fixing the sign. And he's moving when I look at him. And I get a preview of the body, and that's how it is. That's how it is. They have to keep putting these things in your face because they're important. Because a person's thinking straight, he's functioning straight, you have to dismantle him. Look, he's fixing the sign right now as I'm in the bank. As I'm looking at him, he's moving. As I'm in the DMV here. Now they decide to fix the Canada Trust sign or to clean it. Do you get it? Do you get it? You're coming to a setting that's so destructive. That's pretty much dismantling the living fuck out of you without you even realizing what's happening there. Now those videos are introduction to a lot of scenes that I'm going to show you, compile in a, and concentrate together. So, see the time that it took me to get here? If it wasn't from all these intrusions that they send, I could have been done here an hour ago and got a great job done. Now I'm not going to get the job done. Now the attractive one, look at the way he's bending and talking. Exactly when I'm here. She wasn't doing this when I was there. She was doing something else. And the heels happen at this time. Dish, 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 dish. Trust me when I tell you I know exactly what I'm talking about. If I wasn't 100% sure, I wouldn't open my mouth. This is happening. Big plastic bag that's moving. Look at it. These are distraction elements to keep you not thinking straight. Because I'm coming here to do something important. And you gotta be tough enough not to let them get to you. Most people don't see them. They don't know that they're happening around them. And a lot of the targeted individuals on the internet that they claim they're targeted are fake, but some of them are real. And there are really targeted individuals out there that you don't know about and haven't gotten to the time to wake up or the chance to make YouTube videos. This is an epidemic. Over here. There we go. How you doing? What do I need to give you in order for you to look up my license? ID? Any kind of ID?